Okay, here we are, Inner City Press, here at the corrupt center of it all, where the Secretary General of the United Nations spends your money in a mansion all alone, one single sad, disgusting cover-up individual living in a house with 4 stories and 20 windows. This ain't right. This ain't right. This is corrupt. This is corrupt. But we have other things to say. We can answer anything about the UN, but we're also open to any questions there may be about the Honduras trial, Tony Hernandez, and also, if you choose, 6-9 trial, which ended on Thursday, but of course is an ongoing story because of the unresolved issue of the 5K1 letter and any time served. So let me turn it around. I rarely can do this during the week, but I'm going to do it now. Hang on. I'm going to read those questions, and I'm sorry if I missed those first 2. First of all, let's do this. I did it last week, and it was kind of fun. I kind of enjoyed it. So let's check it out. If there's any questions, I can narrate. I can narrate until the cows come home. Let me explain first here the location. This is 57th and Sutton Place in Manhattan. This is an extremely affluent place. Many of the houses are empty. I know. I hear that. I've heard other people that seem to know more than me. By the docket, Daniel Hernandez, Tekashi 6ix9ine's sentencing will be in January 24th. There'll be letters before then. We'll report on them. I hear you. I was listening to something else. I don't know. You tell me. He definitely cooperated. He put out big time for the government. I think that he was overcharged. I think 47 years is absurd. Shadi got 15. Are you ready? Now I'm going to compare the 2 cases. I'm covering a Honduras case where this guy, Victor Hugo Diaz Morales, faces 40 years and he shot his wife in the face and he killed 18 people. Now, what sense does that make? Okay, I'm sorry. I'm going to try to pipe down and give, I don't know, is it yes or no answers? It's difficult, but I do want to say, you need to compare those 2 cases and ask yourself why Tekashi 6ix9ine, who rode around with these guys for like a year and like filmed them robbing somebody in Times Square and paid Kuda $10,000 to shoot in the air, why he faces 47 years and a man who killed 18 people by his own admission faces only 40. Something is wrong. And maybe it's because Honduran life is cheap. Maybe it's because the law is a joke. Maybe it's because the prosecutors can do whatever they want. Anyway, at least we can talk about them and they don't beat us up. This man is totally corrupt. We encourage Jeffrey Berman, get on the move. Best source to find info on Tony. Oh, on Guterres, you mean? Or Tony Hernandez? Please explain, because I don't know who's worse, Tony Guterres or Tony Hernandez. There's going to be on the Honduras front, there's going to be a Honduras expert from Trinity College who's going to testify Monday. Oh, Tony Guterres, the best source is the Inner City Press. We have it all. He took money from China. Do you know how many people he has licking his his ring? These journalists are a joke. I'm going to call them out. Ready? Al Jazeera? Everyone says, Al Jazeera, hard-hitting. You check it out. You check out James Bays of Al Jazeera sucking up to Stefan Dujarric and Antonio Guterres. It's a joke. The people that are inside the UN are a joke because Antonio Guterres is corrupt. It's very simple. It's not me saying it. He was paid money by Gulbenkian Foundation and never disclosed it on his form. Nobody even asked it. It's just a bunch of zombie jokers. Oh, Juan Orlando Hernandez, Tony's brother. Let's go to that. This guy, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know how it works in Honduras. I don't know if in the next election he's obviously going to lose or not. Who knows? I was thinking of the Noriega precedent. With Noriega, they went down and grabbed him. I don't know. It's totally clear from the testimony in the trial that Juan Orlando Hernandez is corrupt, that he had his brother soliciting money from outright narco-traffickers to give money for him to run. And he passed on information. I tried. He passed on information about with radar and Navy. Here we go. I have sent a letter to the judge, so the sentence date is earlier. Okay, good. Please send me that because on the docket right now the sentencing is still January 24th. Be aware, you can write to the judge and the judge doesn't have to grant it. I see many things denied, but you tell me. I'm sure that TMZ knows more than me, but I don't know. I go by the docket, but if there is such a letter, I'd like to know. I know Lance Lazaro. Are you ready? Daniel Hernandez's lawyer is Lance Lazaro. He also previously represented some 9 Trey individuals. So, I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying, don't take it for granted. I'm telling you, until it's confirmed, it's not confirmed. And just writing to a judge doesn't mean that he grants it. And Engelmeyer didn't seem, I mean, I will say this, having covered the trial quite closely, I'm not sure that Judge Paul Engelmeyer is an enormous fan of 6ix9ine's music or of 6ix9ine the person, which doesn't mean he's going to get a lot of time. Absolutely. No, totally. The president of Honduras. Now the difficulty is that this trial is of his brother, but the testimony is totally damning. The testimony is that the brother, Tony Hernandez, repeatedly said, they referred to El Chapo, and that's like a big global news, but like many people, the mayor of El Paradiso, let's put it this way. Tony Hernandez is deeply involved with all kinds of drug dealers, but it seems clear that Juan Orlando Hernandez, his whole campaign, his whole career is funded by drug dealers. He's giving out information about the Honduran Navy. He's giving out information about the Honduran Air Force. He's giving U.S. information about radar. I mean, this man is, whatever they said about Noriega, this man is more. Is he going to end up running naked into the Vatican's embassy? We'll have to see. But it's pretty bad. It's an amazing trial. And the interesting thing is this, is that everyone wants to say, I saw all these people saying, well, my God, Trump, he's in bed with Juan Orlando Hernandez. Well, forget about Nikki Haley for a moment. I'm willing to answer any questions about that. But Guterres met only last week. The man who lives in this mansion, this corrupt criminal, met with Juan Orlando Hernandez and didn't even mention the word corruption, didn't even refer to it. On Friday, are you ready? Amid all the slaughter in Hong Kong, all the crackdown, he said he's concerned about street protests, but he can't say what country it's in. What a joke. This man has less moral leadership than a guy sitting in Port Authority. He's the worst. Totally corrupt. Anyway, so let me go back to this, because there's a lot of rumors afoot, and I don't mean to put myself above, maybe I'm just going off the facts. Here we go. What will Juan Orlando's near future? I don't know. I mean, I need to know more about Honduras. I need to know about, are there impeachment? Everyone's talking about impeaching Trump. Are you ready? I don't know if Trump is accused of giving information to drug dealers. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I actually have, and thank God for this format, okay? This is highly politically incorrect. I'm about to tell you. So everyone is in an uproar that, forget about Ukraine, that Trump, it seemed to me as a joke until I looked at it more closely. He said, well, China should investigate the Bidens. Everyone's like, well, this is just pure collusion. All right, I'm not a fan, but you need to read The New Yorker, which most people take as a credible news source. Joe Biden took a diamond from Ye Jimin of the China Energy Fund Committee, who's now disappeared, but it's clearly a corrupt organization. And so there is a rationale. Now, the government of China was using Ye Jimin and China Energy Fund Committee to pay bribes, including to this man right here. Yes, they tried to buy the oil company of Gulbenkian, which pays Antonio Guterres money. Yes, they bought Sam Kutesa. Yes, they bought Guterres, former PGA. But this man is deeply embedded with the China Energy Fund Committee. But so is Biden, Hunter Biden. So there's something there. Maybe Trump is too whacked out to articulate it. You need to check it out. Yeah, weed. All right, man. But you should see in this Honduras trial. You have to check it out. Do you know how many kilos of cocaine the witness for the last 2 days, Thursday and Friday, Victor Hugo Diaz Morales? Do you know how many kilos of cocaine he pled guilty to trafficking? 140,000 kilos. Highly corrupt. Totally. Yeah. Somebody wrote to me and said, is that a typo? Is it a typo? It's not a typo. I mean, do you know how much cocaine that is? And so, wait, again, I'm going to mix the two cases. How can this guy face from the U.S. a mandatory minimum of 40 years, and he killed 18 people, and he trafficked 140 kilos of cocaine, and some joker in Bushwick with 21 twisties of crack faces 40 years? It's a joke. The law, and I say this as somebody that, I won't get into all the ins and outs of it, but I shouldn't say it, but the law is a whore. The law is a joke. A killer a killer faces 40 years, and the rapper, Daniel Hernandez, faces 47 years. Shadi got 15. It's just a total crapshoot. It's like, woo, roll the dice, you know? It's a joke. It's a joke. Well, the prosecutors have too much power. There's not enough oversight. I blame the press too, ready? I'm inner city press, but I sit in the federal courthouse and nobody's covering this stuff. Unless it's like Trump is on the case, or Jeffrey Epstein, or some basketball players, or Daniel Hernandez, nobody cares. There's people getting screwed every day in that courthouse. 20 years. Pursued for 20 more years. If they smoke a joint, they go back to jail. Get some judge saying, I need some clean urines from you. It's like, who are you? Who are you, clean urines? All right. Yeah, I agree. No, not just a murderer. A man who is admitted to killing 18 people faces a mandatory minimum of only 40, and 6'9" faces 47. Somebody needs to call Jeffrey Berman. Call him up. Say, I don't know what's going on. How can it be that Victor Hugo Diaz Morales, your witness, your cooperating witness, faces 40 and the other guy faces 47? I don't know. Hello. So this bike is my clock is running on it, but I'm going to keep doing these. I kind of enjoy it. Usually I come out of the courthouse and I sort of rant about whatever's upset me for the day. Yes, I agree. There may be other ones, but having now looked at this Honduras thing through the trial, it is shocking to me. And it actually makes, I hate to say it makes Trump en français. I was surprised to see how many 6ix9ine fans are in French, but that's fine. But Honduras, please, you need to check it out. It needs to. The president is taking money from El Chapo. It's not a rumor. I mean, that's a rumor. But the fact that his brother was soliciting bribes, incredible. And so, like, everything is relative. People are like, oh my God. Adam Schiff is like, oh my God. Trump, he said that Hunter Biden should be investigated. You know what? I'm sorry to say it. Hunter Biden should be investigated. Not because he was a drug addict. Not because he sold his, father's name. He took a bribe from China Energy Fund Committee, just like this man. You know who should be investigated? Antonio Guterres. I encourage you. Citizen investigators. Citizen protesters. This is the most... And here's the reason. Is he more corrupt? Is Antonio Guterres more corrupt than Juan Orlando Hernandez? Maybe, maybe not. But what I know is this. This man is totally immune. He can say what he wants. I'm there every day. It's like, it's pretty shocking. It's pretty shocking. You think that it's all made up? You think it's all made up? Nobody... The whole party. Did you know that his brother... Okay, there's virtually... Oh, okay. We'll wait until he's found guilty, right? But it seems pretty clear that the party that both brothers are in is totally corrupt. It seems pretty clear that they were selling information to narco-traffickers. And I know it's at a great distance. That's why I try to tweet every word that's said at the trial. I put up a photograph of the TH heroin. Did you hear about the car stop in Honduras? Yeah, that's been put back. There's going to be a trial in Brooklyn and another one in the Midwest. But it's back until January. I live with a very short time frame. So right now I'm just thinking about Monday, Honduras, and I'm also extremely committed to see whether the Daniel Hernandez sentencing. But I also cover other things. I mean, I went at some poor West African lady who was used by her boyfriend to cash checks, got 15 months from Judge Cote. I mean, it's sad, and there was nobody in the courtroom. That's what's sad over there. It really is. Okay, so let me leave you with this thought. I'm going to continue. I promise to get to the bottom of the sentencing date of Daniel Hernandez. I promise to cover on Monday and beyond Juan Orlando Hernandez. Yeah, it's incredible. That family is incredible. I have to say this. I've been in Honduras, by the way. I could tell it another time, but I've been in Tegucigalpa. But this is it's incredibly depressing what's taking place there, and it does definitely need to be acted on. But I encourage you, if you care about those two cases, please just do minimal research into Antonio Guterres. The UN is a joke. It should be against corruption. It should be against racial disparities in sentencing. In fact, it's just a fat Portuguese sleazebag beating up the press. I'm a journalist, okay? I cover the courthouse. This guy had me beaten up, thrown in for journalists are inside the building that are drunk, that don't write anything, sit around in their office doing worse things than I can even say here. So please check it out. Please check it out and either stop paying taxes Whoa. Yeah, I know. Honduras, maybe you'll get away with it. I mean, I don't know. It shouldn't require, like, Marines. It shouldn't be like a Noriega thing. It should be, I'm cheering for Hondurans to take him down. He's not Paul Biya. I mean, Cameroon is a dictatorship. I don't know if Juan Orlando is a dictator. I mean, I know he's in for a while. There must be some provision. Just get the transcripts. I'll try to do everything I can to put up the exhibits. Juan Orlando Hernandez is totally corrupt and must be removed from power. Same is true of Antonio Guterres. Okay, on that note, I'm back on the bike. To be continued. InnerCityPress.com. Sometimes it won't turn off, and then it looks like I don't want to answer the questions, but I do. I don't want to pay overdue fees on this bicycle. That should do it? Maybe not. Hey. Maybe fate is what it is. Maybe it's worth paying these fees. Let's check out this final... Oh, okay. If it was a question, I'd answer it. But if it's just bye, I say... This is a pretty old phone, but so be it. All right. I'm still rolling. Thanks. Oh, gracias.